Good evening, Randomania fans and Final Fantasy Randomizer fans alike. Welcome to another match of the Spring Tournament 2020, Mageius Casino. I am Sonny Arth 11, and joining me this evening in the booth is Sonny. How are you doing this evening, Sonny?
I'm doing really well today. I'm actually really looking forward to this match because these are players who I've either casted for before or casted with before, so I'm very, very happy with this.
Indeed, and it looks like we have DemonRHK versus Mageius1, and they have decided to do a draft party this time. And let's go into a little bit of detail about that. So we have DemonRHK, who won the opportunity to choose, and he deferred the first pick over to Mageius. Mageius opens up with Red Mage, and Demon's response, without missing a beat, was Double Thief, which caused Mageius to stop for a moment and think and go, what do I want to finish off this comp with? And it ended with a black belt. So,
to be completely fair, he also mentioned that had he won the flip, he also would have deferred and gone double black belt.
yes, if Mageius had won the flip, we would see double black belt. So, with a comp like this, it's very likely that we're going to see 2 warrior strats come up instead of the normal 3 warrior, or even running the full 4. And this will also require a very nice encounter tile to farm out some EXP with for that black belt if either of these runners do go with the 2 light warrior strats.
What are we hoping to see or not hoping to see at this point?
You know, let's hopefully not see any early instant deaths, because right now that would not be great to see. And as we continue on, let's hope that the key items actually fall in some pretty nice places for these runners. We don't want to see them have to go for too long. But if you give me just one moment, I will actually let these runners out of the gate so we can get this match underway. All right, the gates should be dropping here in a few seconds. We will have DemonRHK against Mageius here in the Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament 2020, Mageius Casino. So, Sonny, what are you hoping to see here at level 1 Magic?
For level 1 Magic, I really, really want to see Nuke. I want to see Ice 3. For White Magic, I want to see some kind of healing, or there's the Nuke. But I really want to see Life 2.
We already see Nuke, and we see Life 1, which isn't a Red Mage learnable slot, so promotion is not going to be needed. And that is extremely good for both of these runners. Mage is having a bit of an issue there with starting, but DemonRHK already picked up that level 1 Nuke and is going to be looking pretty good. Houses are extremely, extremely inexpensive this seed at a whole 497 gold. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that in the vanilla game, they do cost 1,000 gold.
Yeah, I'm liking everything I saw in that item shop. The softs are nice and cheap. The houses are cheap. This is certainly not going to be a poverty. Oh my god, is that a key play from the king?
So DemonRHK goes in to check the King of Canaria right off the start and is immediately rewarded with the Mystic Key, one of the absolutely necessary items to get through the game. If that's not found before going into the Temple of Fiends Revisited, then that just leads into a bonk and bad feels after that. Mageius immediately heading up to the Temple of Fiends itself, finding a house in the first box, as DemonRHK leaves to head towards the Temple of Fiends.
That key play out the gate is just like galaxy brain level stuff, because that means there's at least 2 more chests and 2 trap tiles that can be seen. And now I'm pretty sure those 2 trap tiles are the same, though, aren't
They are the same tile, but we did see a black shirt from Mageius as Mageius changes party order to run both of the thieves up top and then the red mage down in slot 3. So Mageius, the first runner to head towards Garland and get that pull in, going to go ahead and nuke down Garland, but Garland has gaze, which misses, and nuke just takes out Garland without any problems. So Mageius now has his key, but what does Princess Sarah have? Princess Sarah has Matoya's Crystal Eye.
I can't say I'm mad about that find. I hate going to Matoya without a crystal.
Absolutely. It does make this a lot easier for getting through the earliest parts of the seed. That does allow Matoya's to have priority taken and potentially even head there before heading straight to Provoca.
Yeah, I think in this situation, that's probably the play I would make, which probably means they're not going to.
But Mageius looting through the armory of Castle Canaria and then heading back into the town itself with his 10,000 gold in hand as DemonRHK pulls Garland. Only has 10 HP left on that red mage, but Garland has stun touch. Black shirt for 158 takes Garland down for DemonRHK. And Demon now has that Crystal Eye of Matoya's as well, as Mageius finds out that sharks have poison touch.
Oh, didn't you know sharks are always poisonous?
Seems to be that way. I mean,
They're
I can't
downright
really complain.
toxic.
Ooh, Invis 2 at level 2 white magic. That is extremely good for that red wizard. And we have Stop, Bane, and Fast at level 2.
This is basically exactly what I would hope to see out of magic shops at this point. Just some really early good stuff.
A little bit of divergence now as DemonRHK heads up to Matoya's cave and finds the loose slab. That is big. As Matoya also holds the TNT, that's even bigger because with the Mystic Key in hand, DemonRHK could opt to go check what that TNT turns into and loot the Dwarven Armory on top of all that.
That does just mean 2 visits to the dwarves today for anybody who likes to play that game at home. Unless, of course, they're just really lazy dwarves and the TNT turns into the adamant.
And that would be a sight to see. Mageius pulling the pirates in Provoca, losing that second thief, but the first one taking a couple hits, finally gets off the black shirt, and that'll be the end of the pirates as DemonRHK does head over towards the dwarf cave. I gotta say, I'm a fan of the play right now. And
Only a Thor hammer.
Bicky giving out the Thor hammer. You hate to see it.
Well, I guess Bicky's just given up on trying to sail the 7 seas. People keep taking his canoes and taking his floaters. We already stole his ship before he even started the game. So now he's just completely given up and is trying to build things from scratch with a hammer.
He just stopped. He just looked at it and said, "Stop, it's hammer time." Oh, hello, Ogres with Brack.
Speaking of things you hate to see...
Yeah, that's a painful one right there. Brack Ogres are definitely not something you'd want to see at all. But DemonRHK has made it into the Dwarf Cave, and we're about to see what Narek has. Narek has the canoe this time around. So this does allow for travel by land to Elfland instead of traveling by sea.
It also opens up the possibility of not needing canal at all, which Oh, there's a defense sword. That'll be kind of handy. But not needing the canal would possibly mean you don't even need to see the inside of Marsh, which I know makes a lot of runners happy.
This is very true, and Mageius has turned in that crystal eye to obtain the TNT and has obtained the loose slab from Matoya.
You know, this is the second game I've cast today, and this is the second time today I've seen the slab in one of Matoya's chests. I'm kind of wondering if she's just collecting them.
I've wondered that myself, but I've also wondered if she's been collecting multiple key items. Like canals, because we have seen a bunch of canals in her cave. All right, DemonRHK, with 2 party members alive, runs away from Sahagins and then gets ambushed by 6 Sahagins and an Odd Eye. So this encounter is going to take a little while. But he does decide he's going to take this encounter. This is going to be good for some early EXP, as Mageius obtains the canoe from Narek and will check the Dwarven Armory. Obtain that defense sword as well.
So, because of the lack of fighters, speaking of the defense sword that's almost unusable except for its ruse effect, there are going to be several piles of random equipment shaped gold laying around out there.
There will be, though that defense sword could also be used by the Red Wizard, but that requires the tail, floater, airship, forth that we're not anywhere near yet.
I mean, the defense sword is always a nice thing because you can use it to cast ruse. I imagine the black belts are really going to appreciate that later.
Oh, absolutely. And DemonRHK makes it to provoke it to pull the pirates and gets rid of them with Nuke, getting both of the Standing Light Warriors up to level 6, but obtaining that Thor Hammer, which, as I can probably imagine, Demon's not too happy about that. Level 1 Nuke.
I mean, really, I couldn't say I would be too miserable about it personally. I would just hand that off to the Black Mage, give it some AoE capability. Level 3 magic over on Mageius' side, I think I saw Brack, Fire 3, Lock and Stun. So, I mean, those first two, not bad.
You did see Fire 3, Brack, Stun. Very nice spells, but there's Exit in slot 2, locked out, as is Cure 3 for the Red Mage. Level 4 White Magic holds Cure 1, Mute, Harm 3, Armor Fire, and level 4 Black Magic, Quake, Ice 3, Sleep 2, Saber. So Saber will be good for the ninjas if the Power Bonk is not found, but definitely not a necessity, I'd say.
You know, looking at our two runners right now, we can already see a very huge divergence in tactics. We have Demon leaving those two thieves stoned, effectively dead for the rest of the run, I'm sure, and Magus leaving a 4-person party.
Yeah, Demon running the 2 warrior strats going to be amassing a ton of EXP onto just that black belt and red mage, whereas Mageius having that full-on EXP spread, gaining levels a little bit slower, but having a little more safety in numbers.
Also with the capability of, whenever he finds the floater in the tail, casting even more black magic.
Indeed. DemonRHK deciding to take to the river systems to head towards Crescent Lake. Gets stopped by a Hydra, and that Hydra is just going to one-shot the Red Mage duel. Mageius, though, stepping into Elfland Castle, going to check the 4 chests here at the back of the castle to find a heal helmet, a soft cabin, and a tent.
I'm not real sure that was worth the amount of time it took to check those chests, but I mean, checking them is a very safe thing to do since there is still a loose item somewhere out there.
Indeed. And DemonRHK checking Crescent Lake's armor shop, not finding much of anything, unfortunately.
And we got the circle of old men holding a ruby. I'm not sure what they're doing with the ruby, but I'm not sure I want to know either.
They were just in awe from its beauty. That's the best I got right now. But right now, with how open everything is, Demon can choose between 3 different areas right now. 4, technically. Those areas right now are the volcano itself, Ice Cave, Marsh Cave, or check the 3 chests in Northwest Castle.
I'm pretty sure that by most people's definitions, you mean there are only 3 options because Marsh Cave doesn't exist.
Hashtag never marsh.
Bourbon
Demon
pointing
checked
out that
block.
the Temple of Fiends chests have been unchecked by Demon as well. Mageius did check those, but Demon didn't get his key until after he was already.
Mageius ended up getting the key after Demon did.
Oh, was it the other way around?
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, one of them hadn't checked those chests, but we know that there wasn't anything super fantastic in there.
All right, Demon sitting at level 9 on this party as it is. Unfortunately, Dazzle coming out doing Dazzle things, but at least it's not Trance.
At least it's not Squint.
Glance.
At least it's not a lot of things. It could be so much worse than just a single person stun.
Looking at you, Toxic.
Demon heading into Volcano. I do not disagree with this at all. Volcano is incredibly item dense with the armory just right there.
Yeah, right now with the early checks, it's not a bad idea. And hello, Peed Tile. This is going to be really good for some early game EXP if and only if he's able to get turn order and he gets the nuke off. Is this going to wipe out the rest of those Peds? It is! That's some good EXP coming out for the Light Warriors, for Demon.
The unfortunate thing is Demon does not seem to be packing any pures, so that Black Mage is just going to stay poisoned for a while.
Yeah, that Black Belt's going to be looking a little uncomfortable right now.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of these peds. I know that I know they're basically mini-legged sacks of experience, but with Poison Touch, this is no bueno.
I have to agree, but they hardly have any HP. So, a question in chat from our tracker Burt Reynolds: do you get double damage from damage tiles and being poisoned? No, you actually don't. You will still only suffer 1 damage.
That is pretty useful information for all the ducklings out there, and me in particular.
Yeah, so the only reason I know that offhand is because that's something that I've actually tested, and I asked the devs at one point to look into the programming on it. So what the poison effect is it changes all of the ground tiles to damage tiles, from what I remember correctly. And since you're already going to be walking over damage tiles as it is, it's not going to cause any extra damage to you. All right, DemonRHK using up that last nuke charge, about to be out of nuke charges altogether. and has that Wizard Ogre still standing, as Mageius still taking Pede fights down to just the Red Mage and the Black Belt.
That is a little bit scary one way or the other. I don't think I really want to be fighting those Peds for very long with only 2 people. Especially if he came in with 4.
Demon getting one of the fire elemental encounters, and these fire elementals have more than 250 HP. And they have thunder!
This is going to be a very, very painful fight that he can't run from even if he wanted to.
Make it through by the skin of his teeth. Almost single-digit HP on both that Black Belt and the Red Mage. That was clutch as can be.
This is pretty much exactly why I was excited to see this match. Because I already know these 2 are willing to take some risks and put on a show.
We see a heel helmet, 40,000 gold, a pro ring. That's a big find for Demon. Oh, there's Toxic coming out from the red gargoyles.
Unfortunately, that did take down his Red Mage. So that leaves his poisoned Black Belt to try and carry 2 statues and some dead weight.
Oh, Demon is looking at this going, no, I need to get out of here. And he is not getting the luck that he needs to run away. He's going to try using the defense sword. He's down to 17 HP, and unfortunately, that is a costly wipe for DemonRHK, as Mageius is back at the Pede tile.
I have no idea what to really make of this. I'm not sure if Mageius really is going for a 4-man strat or if he's going to leave those thieves to tank the floor for a while. Either way, these Peds are probably going to be the source of a lot of anguish.
I have to wholeheartedly agree with that. I mean, these Peds are being relentless, and DemonRHK, seeing those red goils come up again, goes, nope! And gets on out of there. Now, if I were these runners, the tile I would be hoping to find right here in the middle of the armory is the 3-eye tile. And we're about to have a look. Ooh, this is just as good in my opinion. This is a really nice tile. Multiple mantic cores with stone touch. Never mind. Get me out of here, is what DemonRHK is probably thinking. But
yeah, there's now a small statue garden right in the middle of a volcano. So Volcano has now been promoted to Marsh 2.0 in my eyes.
Volcano is spicy, quite literally. It's hot and spicy, and oh no, more toxic. And
stun touch.
And ow. Ow, ow, ow. DemonRHK going, no, we'll come back to this a little later. As Mageius,
I feel like I've played this one before.
Mageius is still grinding away on those Peds. Hits level 13 and goes, all right, I'm going to get out of here.
That seems like a good life choice to me.
I'm going to save this EXP and we're going to be good. And DemonRHK just cannot get a break right now.
So, Demon just kind of noping right on out of the volcano. I think he's got two relatively valid choices and one choice nobody wants to make. He could go to Ice Cave, or he could go check out Astos' closet and see what's in there.
Who is this Astos you speak of? I just know him as the kindly old king.
Oh yeah, it's Astos to his friends. He's a great guy.
Mageius taking on more of these peds, ends up getting the red mage poison this time around, but the red mage getting some good rolls on those nuke. Taking down each one of those peds in one go.
What level was life at? Was that level 1 magic?
Life was level 1.
That might explain why those thieves are still taking a dirt nap. He only has so many houses to go around.
Yep, and that's level 16 for both of the warriors on Mageius' side. As DemonRHK lands over at Alphaland and is going to go ahead and check the level 3 magics.
I swear I just heard something that doesn't belong in this game.
Yeah, apparently somebody decided to call me while I'm doing commentary. And I let people know I was doing commentary. So yeah.
Well, right then. Back to the excitement. Magius just loving these peds, though, and I don't think I blame him since he's having a little bit better luck than DemonRHK is. That black belt's gonna be really happy by the time he's done.
Now to answer y'all as to what that noise was, that was the chocobo from Final Fantasy VII. So it's still Final Fantasy related. Alright, DemonRHK has made it to Elfland to check the level 3 and 4 magics, as well as finding gold bracelets for 65,535 gold in the armor shop, which you'd hate to see it. You really hate to see it.
Yeah, those are some really high quality gold bracelets. They're just gold plated. See, the obvious explanation is when you buy them, they actually take the gold coins, they take them to a forge out back, and they turn the coins themselves into the bracelets.
I like that.
That's the only reason I can think of why they'd be so dang expensive.
I really like it too, though. That's actually pretty good. So DemonRHK is going to go ahead and go to Nevermarsh. Because Never Marsh.
I mean, really though, if he's having that much trouble with Volcano, I can't see him having any desire to go into Ice Cave.
With as many enemy packs as there are in Ice Cave, it would allow for more information to be obtained. All right.
Maybe might be very sad very quickly if he fights those. Okay, he noped on out of that Manticore fight.
Gets turn order and gets on out of that fight as quickly as he got in it.
Little does he realize that is the correct choice.
Yeah, he does not want to suffer the wrath of the Stone Touch. DemonRHK heads up to the top floor of the marsh.
Wait a minute. I know that DemonRHK is in Marsh at this point, but he apparently did not buy any Pures to cure that poison that's still on his black belt.
And I'm a little curious about why he did not, but Mageius right now is just trucking through this volcano, going through the hairpin chests, making an easy time of it all, especially after hitting the levels that he did with the 2 light warriors. He's already really close to hitting that level 32 breakpoint as it is. I think he's sitting right about level 20. And that is a ribbon that was just found on Mageius' side, immediately equipped onto that red mage. A very, very good idea. Very, very safe play overall.
But Sonny, what on earth could a ribbon have to do with anything? Isn't that just a hair accessory?
It's the
Insert
best
bad
hair
acting.
accessory in the game. It gives protection from all elements and status effects. The only thing from are non-elemental attacks such as swirl, tornado, nuclear, and nuke.
We got some unrunnable scorpions on DemonRHK's side. Last time I saw scorpions, they had death touch. I hope they don't have it this time. But nuke makes very short work of those, thank God.
We see a cabin, and we see 6,000 gold to finish off up Marsh. So Marsh, not that bad, not that great, but not that great.
We do have the key though, so all those key lock chests down in the bottom of Marsh, where nobody really wants to be, are available. They're also in logic, so if that other loose item happens to be down there, that could be a bad time.
It could be, as Mageius is finishing off the check of the hairpin chests, has one more Pede fight to go through. Queues up Fire 3. None of the Peds are going to go down to that. Uses the Thor Hammer, takes down one of those Peds. So they have under 150 HP, which is really, really good. Fire 3 goes off again. That's going to finish off all of these Peds and put Mageius into a really good spot with having all of the second floor volcano done. The only downside he's got right now is he's almost out of heal potions.
And that is a pretty significant downside with all the threats that are actually in Volcano.
Indeed.
I can't imagine he has too many spell slots left either.
He's out of nukes. He's only got Fire 3s and Ice 3s. So Mageius looking like he's heading out of the volcano, but oh, this is a nasty encounter. 5 Argoyles, they all have toxic.
Fortunately, Mageius does have one advantage. He's got a ribbon.
Absolutely, and that ribbon, definitely a lifesaver right now. DemonRHK working on going into the lower area of Marsh. And one thing to note with that ribbon for Mageius is that's half of the party as it is already ribboned. And with Wall being where it's at in level 4 white magic, a second ribbon may not even be necessary.
Not necessary, but certainly good for quality of life, because if you could spend the turn that you would casting Wall on like Fast or Temper, I think you're probably a little bit better off. Opinion me.
I have to agree with that opinion, though. All right, so we have Demon on the second floor of Marsh, or Basement 2, and Mageius looks like he's working on getting out of the volcano as it is. He may have decided to go a little deeper, but he did not. Getting out of that volcano, going to go ahead and get that save made, and then immediately go back in and go, nope. I'm going to reset after an encounter.
That is a bold move, because I know he's been using those heal pots. Probably has exactly as many pure pots as DemonRHK does, which is 0. Then again, I haven't seen his inventory, so I'm not super sure. I would still probably really prefer to go back to Crescent Lake and pick up some basic supplies.
I'm in definite agreement on that, but Mageius is going to go ahead and continue heading through the volcano as DemonRHK runs across a water elemental tile.
That's going to be a bad time. I've not known these water elementals to not hit like trucks.
They don't have a lot of HP, so if he gets turn order, which he does, he gets the water elemental kills. So that's a lot of EXP for him, just right there. And Demon has 64 heal pots. That's a much better encounter than the Peds, in my opinion.
Is that one you would be willing to grind, though, with how hard they were hitting that red mage?
I think Demon gives you the same answer I would give right now.
That is brave. I'll tell you that.
And with that, Demon is going to get so many levels so fast right now. But Mageius has entered what I like to call the second armory of Volcano.
And there's our second loose item, the Oxyale, sitting there brewing in the volcano. Holy cow.
Both loose are required, down to just the solo black belt right now, and that black belt just got 16,000, almost 17,000 EXP from one encounter.
Mageius might be discovering Stone Touch really quick here. And there it is.
He just did. He's going to attempt to run away. And he makes it out of the fight.
And he has exactly one soft. He can't afford another fight like that.
Cannot. And DemonRHK is working on escaping this marsh cave with level 19. Wants to check a couple of these chests just to make sure. Mageius has found both loose items.
Oh, this is bad news.
DemonRHK has run into a sorcerer tile. This could be really bad.
The sorcerers have expert, but they also have cremate.
And that Thor hammer just dealing chip damage. They aren't hitting too terribly hard.
Yeah, only one decided to use cremate. The others really just didn't want that black belt to have any kind of defenses.
Oh, Lit 2 is coming out, and they have Sleep Touch. That's another wipe for DemonRHK after obtaining all of those levels, and Mageius has found the Wizard Vampire and Zombie Dragon tile at the Agama tile. And the loot is the item from the Volcano's incentive chest. That's big. That's really big.
Yeah, that Volcano seems to be the place where you're going to get most of your progression from. You get the loot, you get the Oxyale, and if you're Mageius, you get a lot of experience.
Mageius about to head to carry at the 33-minute mark. Mageius is about to pull the Fiend of Fire, where Demon has been spinning his wheels pretty badly here at the start of this seed. He's found a couple of good tiles, but he has not been able to keep his levels from them. He's died to the Pede tile, he's died to the Manticore tile, he's died to the Water tile. Well, he didn't die to the Water tile, he came close. He died to the Sorcerer tile. But Mageius has pulled carry, defense sword onto the black belt. Fast onto the black belt. Black belt is now going to get about 12 hits for 616 damage And that's going to be the end of carry and the first orb lit for Mageius at the 33-minute, 56-second mark.
Normally my big concern with Carrie is that she seems to really like hitting those back row white mages. But I think with two-manning it, there is no back row and there is no white mage. There's no real risk of Carrie sniping anybody.
I thought you were going to say your real issue was Carrie is that she was scary.
Well, now I'm going to have to say that next time. Thanks for the idea.
You're welcome. There also may be a bad pun in that, but that's beside the point. Flame Shield from that chest for DemonRHK. That's the left side of the locked swamp chests. Mageius deciding to head back into the volcano.
That is a very interesting choice to make. Maybe want some more experience from the Peds? That's the only thing I can figure.
I think that's about right. Or maybe he's heading straight down to check the rest of Armory 2.
Well,
Right.
if he left stuff down there, even though he knows full well there's no loose items left, I guess I can't really blame him.
I think I know what he may be going after. And it's that loose canal. Because that canal still has yet to be found. As our tracker Burt Reynolds
To be completely fair, there is still a locked closet to check in some castle out in the middle of nowhere, and there's still Ice Cave. And I've seen Canal come out of Ice Cave.
As have I. Alright, DemonRHK getting a shadow tile. Gonna take it down with some Thor hammer and some nice little black shirt action. Lit 2, Ice 2. That Lit 2 should be able to get it all done as Mageius encounters more Manticores. Doesn't kill any of them with the nuke, which is absolutely unfortunate. Fire 3 comes out. Only one of them goes down, but none of the Manticores are able to connect. DemonRHK only has one chest left to check, and that last chest held 894 gold. So that's not what Demon is looking for, and it's also not what Mageius is looking for. So there are only two real locations left for the Loose Canal, and those two areas are Ice Cave or Northwest Castle.
I'm making an extremely specific prediction. The canal is in the left chest of the Northwest Castle. That's just very specific. What Burt Reynolds is saying that Temple Fiend's Locked is still unchecked. I'm pretty sure one of them checked that because as he's Demon, he got his key out the gate, so he had the capacity to check those chests.
Yeah, I don't know if Demon. Yeah.
Oh, so he didn't get a chance to actually look. He just ran into.
He ran into the stone wall of the Gerpides. Oh, Demon getting a preemptive strike on 5 water elementals, getting them down like they're nothing. Getting another preemptive on 4 more. This is EXP City for Demon right now. And the luck runs out on 3.
Well, I mean, can't be lucky forever, and eventually one of these things is going to bounce on him. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, and this is something I've been meaning to ask somebody at some point. I just never got around to it. I know that putting a thief in your opening slot decreases the rate that you get ambushed and increases the rate of preemptive slots. Does that apply to dead thieves too, or does it just keep going down the line?
To tell you the absolute truth, I don't remember.
So it could be having those stone statues in front might actually still be providing some kind of benefit to him.
It is. Oh, Nuke's gonna come out of the gates from Demon, and the rest of those water elementals are going to fall just in time for Demon. Because if he had not gotten those water elementals down, that would have been it for one of the light warriors. Demon's actually looking to be in a pretty good spot right now. Mageius making a couple of wrong turns on heading towards the Ice Cave, but I like the play for Mageius heading towards the Ice Cave just to get all of those chests checked, hopefully find that loose canal, and be able to continue exploring the rest of the world.
I mean, let's be real. There are, some 14 chests in Ice Cave. Much better odds of finding the canal there than in the Northwest Castle. And Magius still hasn't been in Marsh, so he doesn't know that that's a bust. So I think the Ice Cave is probably his best bet.
16 in Ice Cave.
16 diamonds count? Yeah, it probably did.
Because you got the 3 in the incentive area, and then 2 in the upper left room of the drop down, 6 below that to make 11, 2 on your first floor revisit, and then 3 more before you drop back down to get the incentive chest.
Yes, I forgot about the 2 more on the first floor. I missed those.
Shoutouts to Quick Math.
Hey, I'm still learning this. I don't even know my routing for Marsh to minimize steps. I just kind of wander through and end up in all the freaking rooms.
Hey, it's all good. But we do have Mageius now in the Ice Cave, and was that toxic I just saw from Gerwolf? Was that? Oh,
I looked away for about a second, but wouldn't surprise me, not in the least, because Gerwolves are never good.
Gerwolves with toxic definitely feels bad.
Better than Stone
right.
Touch.
Much better than Stone Touch. All right, Mageius has made it to the incentive floor for ice and runs into a couple ice dragons or frost dragons. This cave is being rather nice until those pesky little sorcerers come around.
I mean, those dragons are obviously Frosty the Snowdrake.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, these what are those what are those things called in terms of like species? Just ghosts?
Yeah, they're all ghosts. Because you got your zombies, your ghosts, and then dragons, imps, chimerae. I could keep going, but I don't think you want me to. Oh, Mageius finding the absolute just god tile right there. Another one!
I'd rather have this one.
One!
Another
I'll
one.
have another round of Gurmaduses, please. Thank you.
He doesn't have a choice. If he's going to check both those chests, he's going to walk right off and walk right back on again.
Yeah, if I were him, I would have another round of those Gurmadusas and just get all the levels right here and right now.
I think I just saw Mageius pick up a pile of gold that was shaped by like a legendary sword.
I saw that, Excalibur. This is a great spot for Mageius to be in because he could drop down to a single party member being that black belt, get to 32 or 42, and just cruise through the rest of this no problem. As DemonRHK heads back to check the Elfland Castle, and unfortunately is going to be yielded with absolutely nothing.
I wouldn't necessarily say that's absolutely nothing. Because since they don't have a white mage, and the red mage is kind of severely limited in what they can do, that heal helm could possibly come in handy in certain situations.
It's going to come down to what magic is seen at level 5 white magic. DemonRHK going ahead and equipping the gold bracelet to that black belt. It'll definitely work for now.
Now that's an interesting choice, putting his black belt in his first slot.
And with that gold bracelet, the black belt's going to have enough absorbed to where it's not going to be heavily detrimental. But Mageius right now is just right in the book on getting levels for this 2-warrior party. He's got the perfect tile right now.
I've only seen one time where Gurmadusas were not just big green piles of experience, and that was a time where they had Toxic, they had a really high absorbing HP pool, and they were unrunnable.
Would you like one better?
Sure.
Imagine Gurmadusas with Death Touch.
I choose not to.
Mageius has gone, nah, I've had enough for now, and decides to run to check these other chests. Finds a katana. Not entirely what he's looking for. There's a dragon sword. Another nice thing to find, but yet again, not exactly what he's looking for. Still looking for that loose canal.
If he brings back those thieves, the katana could come in handy later.
And that is very true, but they could also be used as meat shields later on. There's another 2,500 gold. Still not quite what Mageius is looking for.
Could this mean my prediction is accurate? Could that canal really be in that one specific chest? Find out soon.
I was about to say find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Alright, DemonRHK heading towards Grogu Volcano as Mageius is still just blasting through the ice cave altogether. Has a ton of levels obtained and is looking to be in a really good spot right now.
You know, I looked over at DemonRHK's side. I saw the stoned thief down at the bottom. I was about ready to freak out because it's like, holy crap, what stoned the black belt?
Yeah, after seeing the black belt there for so long. Oh man, mages have trance! Get me out of the trance dance party. Trance followed by dazzle, okay. I guess that's the thing. If you weren't stunned before, you're about to get stunned now.
That is just bad news bears all over the place.
Oh hey look, a wizard staff for Carrie who's already been killed. And Mageius finds another pretty good tile, but he gets ambushed by it. This is actually a very dicey situation right now.
I would not want anything to do with that tile. Those vampires are hitting way too hard.
He gets out! That's the bottle! That's not what Mageius is looking for.
Here's the thing, too. He did not check those other two chests that are right there in front of him. He just jumped right down a hole.
Gambling on the floater being right there. But there are those two chests, as well as the chests in Northwest Castle remaining.
The dream's still alive. I could still be right.
The dream is very much alive right now. Mageius moves all of the gear down to that black belt, and oh no, I think this is going to be the end of Mageius' dive.
And that's why I hate waters.
And we're back to square one with Mageius.
As so many people say, you hate to see it.
You mean like DemonRHK getting hit by Toxic again?
Oh yeah, you definitely hate to see that. I really hate Cremate.
It's an absolute unfortunate circumstance, but it happened. All right. Mageius rediving Demon in Volcano with only the black belt up. That black belt's got some punching power going right now. That's blaze coming out from some iguanas. So these iguanas are just a little spicy.
As long as it's not Brack. I've had an experience with Brack iguanas. Never again.
The ogres have that this time. Oh, Demon is playing with fire right now. He's got to get turn order, and he does not get it. He wanted to play with that fire, get that EXP from those peds, and instead he gets punished for it.
Mageius making the right choice this time, checking those top two chests, using that B button to slow down so he doesn't accidentally walk directly into a hole.
Getting rewarded with a 4 fire tile. This is actually a really good tile as well.
I'll take your word for that. I don't think I've ever fought a fire elemental or earth elemental before.
They do have thunder, but the EXP is really nice when they don't have thunder. And unfortunately, well, I guess fortunately, Mageius didn't see the thunder where I believe he did earlier, and he's going to go ahead and take these. Now we're really talking about playing with fire.
That is definitely a brave move. Heel Helm just kind of doesn't do anything because he wasn't hurt.
There comes out Thunder. Defense sword going out. Fire 3 was menu 2. So it was a mismenu. There goes the Ice 3.
I can't really see anybody casting Fire 3 on Fire Elementals on purpose.
I mean, I could question mark.
I mean, I could, but I probably wouldn't be watching anybody who knew anything about fire.
It's supposed to be cold, right? Mageius has decided to continue fighting these fire elementals, which it's a little scary considering they do have thunder, but I can still respect the play since it is the second ability on their list.
Look, just because the phrase is fight fire with fire doesn't mean it's a good idea. Mageius falls down a hole before checking that leftmost chest. Keeping me in suspense at any rate.
Oh, he resets out of that before he can actually die.
Probably for the best, because he knows so far the only super interesting thing has been the bottle. Everything else has been pretty much gold or weapon-shaped gold.
So for the quick recap as to what has happened this race of DemonRHK versus Mageius has been a little something like this. Start off with the Mystic Key from the King and the Crystal from Princess Sarah. The Crystal turns into TNT. TNT turns into Canoe. Marsh Cave, empty. Loose Slab, Matoya's Cave. Loose Oxyale, here in Volcano with DemonRHK right now. The Ice Chest is a bottle. There is a Gurmedusa tile. There is a Fire Elemental tile. There is a Water Elemental Naga tile here in Ice Cave. And that's about what's happened.
Meanwhile, in Volcano, there are Manticore tiles that have Stone Touch. And still no canal, yes. We've been to Marsh. We saw nothing in there. We know that there is no canal present in Volcano. There's only about 4 chests left it could be in.
I think we may see Demon take on these vampire wizards and zombie dragons here in a little bit.
That would be brave. I could see that.
They went down to I won't say a high roll nuke, but definitely an upper level roll nuke. Right about 300.
Unfortunately, all it takes is a little bit of bad luck to really ruin your day, especially this deep in the volcano.
You mean like Stone Touch?
Also Stone Touch Manticores, yes. That will also most certainly ruin your day. And Mageius finds gold in the only unchecked chest in Ice Cave. At least I think it's the only unchecked. Yeah, that's the only unchecked chest in Ice Cave. So the canal has to be in that Northwest Castle.
At this point, that's the only place that it can be.
Which means I have a 1 in 3 chance of having my prediction come true.
Yeah, there's still Temple of Fiends locked as well.
Okay, 1 in 5 chance.
1 in 6.
I'm feeling less and less good about that.
Hey, I'd take 1 in 6 over 3 in 256. So, oh yeah, should probably explain the party comp. So this was a drafted party comp between DemonRHK and Mageius. So DemonRHK won the coin flip and deferred first pick over to Mageius. Mageius opened up with Red Mage. DemonRHK, without missing a beat, responded with Double Thief. And Mageius just stopped for a moment. And when Mageius responded, Black Belt was the chosen warrior of destiny. All right, Mageius back at the Wizard-Vampire tile. About to lose that Black Belt. It's down to 1 HP. He's got to try to run away. But the nuke's going to go off, and that's going to get rid of everything except for the Wizard-Vampire, who's going to trance. They're both stunned. Damage poison comes out. The Black Belt is down. The Red was still stunned right now. Still stunned? That's another for Mageius.
At this point, I think I would probably leave that ice cave alone, come back later with the floater if it's even required, because we know the floater's not behind the bottle. That bottle might not be anything.
Yeah, both players have no access whatsoever to warp or exit. Exit is level 3, slot 2. Warp is level 6, I believe. Slot 3. All right.
Twitch Plus.
Twitch plus indeed.
Why isn't that an emote yet? Twitch Plus.
So, DemonRHK picked up the loot. Mageius still going through Ice Cave, but DemonRHK pulling carry 1. Going to start off with defense and going to go ahead and fast up that black belt. Fire 2 coming out from carry, dealing chip damage to that black belt. A negligible amount of, not so negligible amount of damage to the red wizard or red mage. Nuke's going to come out. 4 hits for 72 damage onto that black belt from carry. Nuke comes out. 338 damage. Carry 1 is going to go down just like that.
Gary's shown just a little bit too much respect in that regard.
A little too much?
Okay, a lot too much. Any respect would have been too much at that point.
All right, DemonRHK is heading to Ice Cave, where Mageius has been wiping for quite a while now. It's been about, 30 minutes? Pretty close to it?
Yeah, but to be perfectly fair, DemonRHK has been doing the same dang thing in Volcano, so, I mean, it's all about fair.
Volcano and wherever else he's gone.
Yeah, this has not been a friendly seed at all, but then again, this party comp has also not exactly been contributing to their success.
Not at all, but Mageius is going to the laser rave with those trance mages. And gets nothing but low rolls on those nukes. They were all resisted. Gonna follow it up with Fire 3 and get rid of 3 of the 4 mages. And that last one's gonna go down to some black belt punches. And he's gonna call it a day there.
All I can really say at this point is thank God for appropriate headwear.
Indeed, and also good luck to Mageius right now, especially with what he has coming up, because if I were in his shoes, I would be hoping, please don't let me get 6 vampires with the wizard vampire. Oh, hey, look! 6 vampires with the wizard vampire! Who would have guessed? Mageius is deciding to go ahead and leave the ice cave. I cannot blame him at this point.
Not at all. As a matter of fact, it is nonsense like that that has made me come up with my rule: 3 strikes and you're out. I will wipe 3 times before I go take my toys and go home.
All right, Demon, about to go through this ice cave and then get the bad news that Mageius got, that there's no canal in here.
There's no nothing in there. There's a whole bunch of gold. That's it.
And the bottle.
And a very misplaced item from Zelda.
Sure, we'll go with that. Question in chat from Simple Sarah. What locations are left? The 3 locked chests in Northwest Castle and the 3 locked chests in Temple of Fiends locked. There is a 1 in 6 chance of getting the location of the canal correct. I'm going to go top right of Temple of Fiends. All right, DemonRHK has not seen Thunder. Come out from these fire elementals yet. And
it doesn't look like he's going to.
He won't. Will not see that Thunder come out, but he will get 14,000 gold for his trouble and then get ambushed immediately. This could be bad. Instead, he's going to take the encounter. He gets Nuke off with initiative. How many of these water elementals are going to go down? Every single one of them. That's a lot of EXP coming in for DemonRHK. Almost 10,000 right now onto the party as it is.
Please tell me he's learned his lesson and he will not attempt to grind that.
Healing up. I've got a sneaking suspicion he's going to take one more. But he proves me wrong.
He will instead find the much more desirable Gurmedusa tile.
Gotta say, I like the Gurmedusa tile. It's less experience, but it's much more safe.
Less experience, but it's faster, too.
And there's the X-Cal. All right, Mageius. Top right chest, 3687. Top left chest is the canal!
I actually called that!
You did. And now Mageius has that canal, which means the entire world has opened up for Mageius. He can go to Titan's Trove, Sarda. He can go check Onrak and the caravan, see if there's shop items in Onrak or the caravan itself. DemonRHK going through his inventory, seeing what he could drop to make some room for that Zeus gauntlet, ends up dropping a silver gauntlet. At an hour and 7 minutes in, Mageius has crossed underneath the bridge to get out of the inner sea.
The entire world has opened up. Simplification applies. See store for details. Lupa 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 lupa.
So don't delay. Act now. Supplies are running out. So we see Rub and Hold at level 5 Black Magic. That's a thing. Mageius is going to go ahead and translate that slab, which, I gotta say, not a bad idea. Since there's so much still remaining in the seed, it's unknown whether or not that slab is actually going to be required. As DemonRHK keeps encountering these wizards in the ice cave and finds their staff in one of those boxes. All right, DemonRHK gets the 6 vampire, 1 wizard vampire tile. Gets much better luck with surviving. Trance comes out, paralyzes both of the light warriors, and that's going to probably be it for DemonRHK's dive into Ice Cave. That's the herb from Titan's Trove over on Mageius' screen.
So, good news, we're out of Inner Sea. Bad news, we got to go back to the Inner Sea.
Good news, we're out of the Inner Sea. Bad news, ogres.
Oh yeah, ogres with Brack. I forgot about that.
DemonRHK is sitting there for a moment, contemplating what to do, and decides, "Nah, I'm heading back."
You say contemplating? I'm betting he was banging his head on his desk a couple times.
Sure, we could call it the dusk.
So in the Titan's Trove was the herb and a very fancy arrangement of coins in the shape of dragon armor.
Yeah, that is a fancy arrangement of coins. So this is a fun little setup right now.
To answer
So-
the apparent exclamation of question there, stoned with 1 HP, I believe that they ended up at 1 HP because of all the damage tiles.
Glad you asked that question, Rick, because I was about to get to that. But first, we have the floater coming in from Sarda. That is going to put Mageius into the air very quickly. So,
We hope.
for those just tuning into the race, this is a drafted party from DemonRHK and Mageius. Demon won the coin flip and deferred first pick over to Mageius. Mageius opens up with Red Mage, a very good opening pick. DemonRHK responds without missing a beat. Double Thief. And as you can imagine, Mageius just paused, thought about it for a moment, and ended up with the final response of Black Belt. That is the story behind this party.
That was a very short story with a very long tail attached, as we are currently 1 hour 11 minutes in. It took us over an hour just to get out of the inner sea.
Yeah,
And
now
now we're
we're
back
8
in the
minutes.
inner sea.
Hey, DemonRHK getting a better setup on the Vampire Wizard Vampire pack. There actually is a chance that DemonRHK makes it through here. Damage poison coming out. These vampires just attacking away at the Black Belt. Nuke comes out from the Red Mage. Is it going to be enough to take down each one of them? There's one vampire still standing. That vampire could take out the Black Belt, but no! That Black Belt says, "Get out of here!"
Now he
And
just has to
returns-
survive the Naga and water tile again.
Does. But now he'll be able to heal up.
Canal was very specifically in the left-hand chest in the northwest castle.
As Sonny called it.
Yeah, about a half hour beforehand.
Which I still find to be fantastic. Alright, DemonRHK getting turnover on the nuke. And only one water elemental is going to remain standing after that nuke. So this fight is about to be done real quick. DemonRHK is going to be the one to make it out with the bottle where Mageius did not. That could be very big for DemonRHK. But DemonRHK goes, "No, I want more of these." Gets turn order on the nuke. Gets a high roll on the first Naga, killing it outright. This is a great spot for DemonRHK to be in, as that's a lot of EXP going out. That's already level 28 onto the Black Belt.
I don't know that I necessarily agree with this, though. I would certainly walk out of Ice Cave and save before going in, back in and grinding.
See how many Cure 2 charges he has, and he's got 7. I actually agree with this play. I heavily agree with this play right now. And that's a preemptive strike on this pack. EXP yield from this right now is just ridiculously good. A high roll nuke takes out the water nagas, and a mid roll nuke takes out the water elementals. So this tile is quite good as Mageius enters Castle Ordeals.
Castle Ordeals being just a slight bit more annoying given the lack of warp.
Absolutely true. All right. DemonRHK closing in onto that level 30 mark. We'll have 2 levels left to go to hit 32 and have that 8-hit breakpoint. Every single one of those waters just went down to that nuke.
Yeah, just for the record, I'm betting there's the crown here in Ordeals. Just saying.
I'm going to go with the Earth Rod, personally.
Hey, you know, I'd like to see the Earth Rod. I would love to go down and see Count Chocula.
All right, DemonRHK decided, all right, I'm comfortable sitting at level 30 on that black belt. And is now working on leaving the ice cave. Mageius, though, stuck in a bit of a loop right now. He does have that canal. He does have the floater. He has the airship. Did not go to turn in the herb from what I noticed.
No, I don't believe he did turn in the herb yet, but I really can't blame him at this point.
Crack coming out from Gerwolves. That would explain what killed one of the party members earlier. But Demon is in a fantastic spot right now. Mageius, and not too terrible of a spot either. Sitting right about 23, about 7 levels less than DemonRHK. But Demon did make it out with that bottle where Mageius was unable to retrieve the bottle from the ice cave.
Could have a tiny bit of trouble over here on Mage's side. Unrunnable zombie Ds.
And it looks like they have high HP as well, but a couple of punches and a couple nukes going to take down all of those zombie dragons, no problem.
Feels like the Temporal Ordeals is really living up to its name right now.
It is being quite the ordeal. DemonRHK heading out from the Crescent area, and Mageius finding a great tile right here with metal slimes, high gold yield, decent EXP yield. And with 6 hits for 6 damage, that's terminated 6,800 EXP for Mageius' party. Now it's the decision of, does Mageius want to sit there and fight more of them for a little while?
At this point, with the number of wipes both of them have had for so little progression, they've both got to be feeling like they might be a little bit behind.
I have to agree with that one. Mageius not stopping to check any boxes now. I like the plan. I am a huge fan of it.
Oh, DemonRHK finally going to take on the Great Wall of Gurpeed.
What wall?
I'm sure there was a wall there at one point. Seeing some ice armor that's not going to do him much good.
Mageius about to show us what the item here in Castle Ordeals is. And, well, hey, what do you know? It's the Earth Rod. And there's the second ribbon for DemonRHK.
Well, all right then.
the only items that are missing for Go Mode are that chime and that cube.
It actually surprises me a little bit that we haven't seen either one of them. I'm used to seeing a chime by now.
I have a feeling we'll find one of them in Waterfall.
One of them might be being held by the Elf Prince.
I mean, there are still a few things that haven't been checked. We have not seen the Adamant. We haven't seen the crown yet. We haven't seen the vendor item. We haven't seen Waterfall. And we don't know what the slab translation will turn into.
There is also a certain fairy in a bottle who I'm sure would very much like to reward our players for releasing her. Or him, I'm not judging.
Just to be safe, release them. Mageius is going to go ahead and head towards Earth Cave, which I like this play as well. Got the rod from Castle Ordeals. Go ahead and knock it out. And those Cobras have cremate. Feeling a little hot. Spicy.
You know, I had a thought just now. What if there were a flag that gave a very small percent chance, like say 20%, of instead of the fiend or a fairy in a bottle, it's a fiend in a bottle. So you could actually just be unleashing the crap.
That would give me a whole different reason to scream release the Kraken. I love it. All right, DemonRHK just mashing this box in anger after finally finding that canal. But we know that with DemonRHK finding this canal, he's about to get the herb from Titan's Trove and the floater from Sarda. Right now, Mageius does have a bit of a lead, but we don't know exactly how much of a lead it is since he has orphaned the bottle right now. If he used the bottle or not, Ivan the Cow.
He may have, in his thrashing rage, he may have used the bottle. Not sure.
That is very possible. That is very, very possible. So, let me ask you this, Sonny. Where do you think Mageius is going to go next after finishing up Earth Cave and disrespecting Lich, as Lich should always be disrespected?
I've got a whole new respect for Lich after the last time I saw him. It turns out Lich is actually a boss and can actually take a few hits. But that aside, once Lich has been made into something that rhymes with Lich, I imagine Mageius might go check the slab turn in. He might go to Waterfall, though that would be kind of an interesting play. Personally, I would want to check what's free. Go turn in the herb. Go turn in the slab. Regret not getting the bottle. Possibly go get the bottle. But there's also the Oxyale sitting right there, so the entirety of Mermaids is open for looting if he wants to maybe possibly find the Moss Spoon.
That is very true. That Mosmian would be nice, not exactly necessary, considering that the Black Belt's already at a fair level. I like that. In Vanilla, Lich is the gatekeeper. In Rando, Lich is just a speed bump. Mage is finding a pretty good tile with Gersharks here. It's, ooh, and they don't have very much HP. So they're going down real quick.
But weren't the regular sharks kind of a pain in the butt with their skill set?
No, Poison Touch.
Ah, yes, Poison Touch. Just Also bad.
Very much so. DemonRHK has the floater about 12 minutes after Mageius does, I'd say.
Yeah, call it 13.
So, should be about that same time difference that Demon gets into the air. But with Demon having the bottle right now, he may fly straight south to Gaia and check that. If Gaia yields both the chime and the cube, we know where all the necessary key items are. And all of us will be in no mode. But Demon will have to find out where that rod is.
Mageius gonna go ahead and take a fight with Count Chocula here only for a limited time. Not gonna check his closet though. That makes me sad.
All right. Mageius has gone into the deeper reaches of the Earth Cave, sitting on the 4th floor now, where DemonRHK is turning in the herb, and the herb yields the adamant. So, Sonny, do you want to do a fetch quest?
Do I want to? But especially, do I feel like I have to? Yeah, I really do.
Because if this game were to be as evil as I know it can be, this adamant will yield the crown, and then the crown will yield the tail. Or it could yield the power bonk.
I'm gonna throw it out there and say that this is going to be a very strong, very durable, nearly unbreakable Opal Cheerio.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one too. All right, DemonRHK has gone to Gaia, as Mageius has entered the lair of the Lich himself.
Got some pro rings for sale in Gaia. That's not super awful.
At 16,000, yeah. I would buy those.
Buy one for me, buy one for all my friends. I mean, it seems perfectly reasonable.
Buy one for my family. All right. Gaia Item Shop holds the chime!
Really cheap chime, too.
Mageius pulls Lich. A nuke and a punch. The punch goes out 141. Lich has some absorb. Nuke only did about 309 damage as the fairy from the bottle yields the tail. 2 hits, 2 damage onto Lich. That Black Bolt got put to sleep. Nuke coming out again for 174. That's going to take down Lich. Mageius has 2 orbs lit.
Yeah, I think that fairy was an anime fan.
Yeah, I have to agree on that one. All right.
Hey, at least someone gets it.
DemonRHK heading towards Lefane, has that slab translated. About to find out what is held by the Lefanish people, and that's the Opal Cheerio.
Okay, so apparently Lupa translates to Cheerios.
I guess so.
Our commentary might be a little bit delayed because we get to see it at the same time as everyone else in a literal sense.
All right. So we got DemonRHK running back from Lefane to the airship, probably heading to Castle Ordeals next, since that is going to be on the way. And then from there, I'd be willing to guess Waterfall.
I mean, really though, how many other places do you have options for at this point? You could go to Mirage, but you're not going to get anything further there. Certainly not a cube.
Very true. But you never know what will happen for sure. Demon has decided to forego ordeals for right now and is over in the on-rack area, probably to knock out both ordeals and go ahead and get rid of Waterfall on top of all that.
If I'm not grossly mistaken, I think the Adamant has to get turned into a very sturdy crown, which then has to go into cube. I don't think there's really a whole lot of other options. Which basically means a predicting power bonk out of here from the robot. Yeah, I was wrong.
Yeah, that's very true.
So Adamant into power bonk, how that works, I will never know.
The same way that Adamant into Excalibur works.
Yeah, but where does it get its power from? I understand it if it's TNT into power bonk, you just explode when you punch things.
You know, I'm just going to say this and leave it at this very carefully. Do we get to see Out of Bounds Bat today? We do not. So we have no good friend of Out of Bounds Bat tonight, which is slightly unfortunate, but not the end of the world.
I comment in chat about Demon foregoing the tail turn in. I don't blame him. If there's a black belt around, promotion is not a high priority.
Now, level 25 promotion is okay since the black belt has 100 M defense. There's the crown. So we know that it's going to be either the adamant or the crown that yields the cube. The other will yield the power bonk.
Yeah, I'm putting my money on the adamant and the power bonk and crown into cube. I think our friend the King's just been sitting there playing with the Rubik's cube this entire time, waiting for us to get there with his crown.
That could be the case. That could definitely be the case, and it'd be very interesting if it were. But DemonRHK still needs to go do castle ordeals, and Mageius right now has the orb lead, but still
Also,
has a few
mud goals
levels
with
to gain.
Frost. Just saying.
They also have glance.
If looks could kill. Oh wait.
Nah, these look stone.
You only wish you were dead.
But instead, you must live eternally petrified. Those mud golems have hardly any health, though. That red mage is just getting work done with the coral sword.
I mean, with that, with like 3,800 experience for 3 of them, that doesn't seem like a bad thing to do a walking grind on. So not something I want to hunt for, though.
I do believe that we have a black belt online at level 32, ready to punch out the Kraken.
I think maybe depending on how the Kraken wants to behave, that black belt might be using the ram style of martial arts. And that would be where you attempt to break the enemy's weapon with your head before they break your head with their weapon.
Ah, I forgot about that. Yes. That would be interesting. But it did see 8 hits come out from the black belt, and that's what leads me to believe that we have a level 32 black belt online.
What I see is 2 living thieves.
Yeah, I see 2 living thieves as well on Mageius' side. I'm not against it. Good for running away.
But as we found out earlier, thanks to a little bit of confirmation from chat, they can be dead and still provide that bonus.
They can. But if you just saw what I just saw, they can take a hit from sea snakes.
Looks like it's a Sahagin Christmas party here. A bunch of red and green.
Not anymore. He's not on Demon's side.
One of those or the other has poison touch.
I didn't catch which one has poison touch, but it's not what you want to see. There might be a slight pun in that.
I'm trying to counter pun, but I got nothing.
All right, yes, that black belt on DemonRHK's side is at level 32, as I suspected. So DemonRHK is going to be in a very good spot right now. And there's the red mage hitting level 32 as well.
So, at this point, do you think Demon might be thinking about promoting to get the Red Wizard, get some more magic, and maybe see some use of that shiny new Vorpal sword he just pulled out?
It's a possibility. Without the Power Bonk or Temper, the Vorpal sword isn't going to be quite as useful. The only nice use it has is that it does get a lot of crits. It's a very high critical hit rate sword. But that's kind of what the black belt is there for, as it is. The black belt, with its crit rate being equal to its level, is a little broken when you think about it.
I choose not to think about it.
And let's look at something even a little bit deeper. In the original game, the black belt critical hit rate is 2 times its level. So at level 25, you have a 50% crit rate with a black belt.
Isn't the level cap 50?
The level cap is 50 in the NES version.
You specify in the NES version. What does that mean here?
Since this is the NES version, the level cap is 50. But there are many different ones. Simple Sarah and the Randomizer, there is a flag that fixes it to where it's half crit rate. Otherwise, it's double the level. Or from how I've read it on the flags. Brat going out against Kraken, and it misses. Second Brat goes out, misses yet again. But 14 hits for 809, and this Kraken is still standing.
This is
Third
a durable
Brat goes
Kraken.
out. Ineffective. 14 hits, though, for 1,198 damage. Takes down Kraken 1.
That was a very tanky Kraken to be able to take that kind of punishment from a black belt.
Yes, it is. Oh, yeah, because I misread that every time. Yeah, thank you guys. I misread that every single time, literally. The Space Drake, the Rod and the Cube are not loose. We have 2 turn-ins that have yet to be done, the Adamant and the Crown. The Rod, though, is in the Castle of Ordeals.
And I'm
By the way,
taking bets on the adamant being the bonk.
By the way, to those of you in chat correcting me, I greatly appreciate you guys. Y'all are awesome.
Since we were on the topic of crit, I've seen two different stories about what crit does. I've seen half people say crit ignores half absorb, and the other half say crit ignores all absorb, which is...
If I remember correctly, crit ignores absorb.
Anybody in chat feel like contesting that?
All right, DemonRHK, unfortunately getting the womp as Mageius makes it to the Kraken. And Mageius is about to pull Kraken. But this Kraken is a little tanky. Fast going out onto the black belt and defense sword going out onto the black belt. 4 hits for 297 from Kraken. Fast comes out. Black belt's going to be looking pretty good. Nuke and an attack. 9 hits for 577 from Kraken 1. 10 hits for 732 with a couple critical hits in there. 12 hits for 631. That's going to be it for Kraken. Mageius has made it through. That black belt is now level 30.
Well, at least now we know that Kraken was not lacking. He was packing and whacking.
It was, and DemonRHK has made it through the pillar maze a little bit quicker than Mageius did. And as those of you in chat have already stated, orb.
Orb. Okay, so the crits follow some really weird rules that make both halves of the argument true and false at the same time.
Yeah, the crit calculation is a little awkward, I'll put it that way. Alright, Mageius has the crown in hand, has not picked up the bottle, has not gone to Lefane to pick up the tail, is going to Lefane, but unfortunately will be rewarded with that tail. Not exactly what Mageius is going to want. DemonRHK in a much better position, even though Demon is down by 1 orb right now. Demon does have everything else in the game outside of that cube. There's the rod for DemonRHK. There's the arachnid tile.
And there goes the arachnid tile.
DemonRHK trying to figure out what he wants to do as the arachnids are like, no, I'm out of here.
So I know that a fear of spiders is called arachnophobia. What is it called when the spiders are afraid of you?
I feel like this is a great setup for a pun, but I can't think of anything. So, for those of you in chat that are wondering, where's the cube going to be? There are only 2 turn-ins that haven't been done at this point. Those are the crown and the adamant. You got a 50-50 shot if you want to guess at it. And I am going to go ahead and guess the adamant.
I still say the adamant's going to be bonk, and the crown is the only thing keeping our kindly old king friend playing with the Rubik's Cube.
We are going to find out very shortly, because the only other item that's left in the pool at this point is going to be the Power Gauntlet. DemonRHK dropping a few heal potions, getting down to a total
Looks like you're right.
9, and Mageius just confirming that the Dwarven Blacksmith does in fact have that cube, but that's going to require Mageius to go back into the ice cave. because Bottle led to Adamant. Adamant leads to Cube. DemonRHK.
I think you might be a little confused on that, because I'm pretty sure Bottle led to Tail.
The slab translation led to Tail.
I'm pretty sure the slab led to Cheerio.
It may have. I don't remember it. That's right. This turned into Adamant. And then Adamant turns into Cube. I can't remember anything because of this match being pretty darn good so far. And I've even got the notes pulled up in front of me.
So what Mageius needs to do is go visit the elves.
Which he already did. He's gotten that Adamant. He's about to go get that cube. And with that, Mageius is our first one in go mode.
Oh, I didn't talk to the dwarf. Oh well. Hooray!
No hooray dwarf for us tonight. But Mageius is in go mode, looking to secure a win with the lead that he already has. He's deciding not to go promote. He has entered the Mirage Desert and is making a save outside of the Mirage Tower, entering the Mirage Tower, and ready to run up to the floating fortress to take down Tiamat and be at the point of breaking this time loop. DemonRHK breaking the plate, heading down into the depths of the Earth Cave. Encountering a few oozes along the way, as well as specters with Glance and Ice 2. Mageius, without the bottle, doesn't have the tail.
I'm pretty sure without the bottle, he doesn't really need the tail, because he's got a black belt, and black belts just don't care.
At this point, Mageius is in it to win it. Really easy tile at the Blue Dragon tile this time around with Caribs.
I hate Caribs. They're worse than Zubats.
They're about as bad as Zubats. And that eye had hardly any health going down to a swing from the Coral Sword. Mageius not stopping to check any boxes and gets a preemptive strike, just decides to go ahead and fight this out, go ahead and grab some levels onto that thief as DemonRHK gets Dangbat.
Mageius noping right out of some manticores.
Oh,
nobody wants to fight those.
Connects, but not to any avail. With that, DemonRHK has 3 orbs lit. Only has the air orb remaining, heading towards Ostos, and finds that it's the power bonk. Doesn't have to fight Ostos for it either. Mageius, though, working on making it through the maze. And first step, Warmech!
RNG didn't need no blessings. We just got Warmech out the gate.
Ice 2 coming out from Warmech. 2 hits for 181 from the black belt. 3 hits for 13. Nuke for 176. It may have been more than 13. I didn't catch it. But in any case, that's it for Warmech. Mageius has level 32 across the board. Mageius is in a really good spot to go into Topher and just take down this Topher in one fell swoop.
I'll be honest with you, I probably would have liked to have seen what else Warmech had to offer, because that could tell us what everything in Topher might have.
Bert, was that? I was so caught up in the hype of finding Warmech on the first step on the bridge that it's like, I didn't catch it. All right. Tiamat 1 engaged by Mageius. Fast coming out, as well as a defense stack. 16 hits for 338. And as DemonRHK enters go mode, Nuke coming out for 129. That's it for Tiamat 1. Mageius has all 4 orbs lit and is ready to head back to the Temple of Fiends and enter the past. There's only one thing that could stop Mageius at this point, and that's double nuke or nuke nuclear. That's all 4 orbs for Mageius.
So, what is worst case scenario that we could see in Temple of Fiends? Like a Chaos whipping out nuclear nuke and then Cure 4 just to spite him?
I mean, for us, the viewers, that'd be the best case scenario. For the runners, that would be the absolute worst case scenario. All right. Mageius has entered the Temple of Fiends Revisited. We'll call it right about the hour 50-minute mark, hour 49:30.
I'm curious, because I may have forgotten. Have we seen anything with Death Touch yet?
I don't think we have seen Death Touch yet.
We see Badminton with Toxic. I mean, that's not going to do a whole lot, thankfully, thanks to Ribbons. But
Toxic into hold. Followed by a lit 3.
Okay, bad men, definitely very bad men. But yeah, we could run into something like Death Touch Chaos or Death Touch Kraken 2.
Death Touch Chaos would be absolutely terrifying right now. Death Touch Kraken 2 would be par for the course because Kraken 2 usually hits hard enough to cause death. DemonRHK has entered the Flying Fortress, taking the portal from the Mirage Tower to ascend to the skies. Though, with the background of the Flying Fortress, it looks more like they're in space.
I don't know. Looking at that that banner backdrop in the back, it almost looks more like Egypt.
Kind of does. All right, Mageius about to enter the first floor of the Fiend refights. DemonRHK is about to approach Sky 4 and head into the Bridge of Destiny. Get your Bless RNGs out.
Because Warmech didn't get enough airtime today.
More Warmech.
Warmech.
Stargate
Definitely
was a Final
Warmech.
Fantasy spinoff confirmed. I love it.
You know, that's official headcanon now.
That is, it most definitely is. All right, here we go. DemonRHK on the Bridge of Destiny. How many Warmechs will we see? All right.
Mageius is respecting these Gurmaduses just a little bit too much, using that defense sword when they don't seem to have anything.
DemonRHK is closing in on 42 right now. All right, that's another pack of air elementals. He gets away from it. And there's the Warmech! Going out. Ice 2 coming out from Warmech. 12 hits for 532. That is a 1-round Warmech. Lich 2 for Mageius. Gonna open up with Invis 2. Gonna defense up. double War Mech! Let's go! 2 hits for 5 damage.
What just happened there?
Fire 3 coming out from Lich 2 onto Mageius. War Mech still standing for DemonRHK, but that nuke for 128 takes it down. Mageius still fighting Lich right now. DemonRHK almost to the level 42 breakpoint, but Lich 2 has nuke!
Oh no! That's a red mage down. Mages, if he expects to continue, he's gonna have to do it with just the black belt. One single hero black belt.
Completely possible. It's not going to be easy at all, but it is absolutely possible. Defense sword going out from DemonRHK. Now he's going to go ahead and queue up the fight. Brat coming out from the Red Mage duel. It's ineffective. 2 hits for 60 damage from Tiamat, but 16 hits for 570 takes down Tiamat 2 as Mageius engages Carry 2. Ink coming out from Carry 2. More defense sword stacks to raise that evasion. Carry 2 misses. Powerbomb coming out now. It's a good spot for Mageius to be in. Carry 2 just in a loop of missing over and over again. 8 hits for 1,398 is going to take down Carry 2. Now it's time to see if there's going to be a gatekeeper in this seed or not, as well as if Mageius is going to run into a bunch of water elementals.
I think this is your gatekeeper right here, the seafood party platter.
Mageius wipes on the seafloor of Temple of Fiends Revisited. DemonRHK landing outside of Topher. Not going to power cycle, just going to run straight in. Mageius re-entering Temple of Fiends, 156-19. DemonRHK enters, 156-23. Runners were in sync there. DemonRHK getting a first strike against the Gas Dragons. Doesn't have to worry about them. Heal 3 coming out from the Ghosts. These Ghosts are not scary at all. And this race has gotten that much closer.
These runners have kept me on the edge of my seat through the entire race, even bashing their head against the walls that were marsh, that were volcano, that were ice cave. It's been an amazing race throughout. It's actually incredible.
It has been so far. It most definitely has been. And right now, both of these runners are looking to go 2 and 3. DemonRHK has the advantage right now with the levels. He can survive a nuke. Mageius can survive it as well. Mageius just entering the back of the first floor of Temple of Fiends Revisited, where DemonRHK is about to pull Lich 2. We know Lich 2 is packing a nuke. All right. 5 hits for 392. That's it for Lich 2. DemonRHK makes it through. No problem whatsoever. Now Mageius about to take on Lich 2 yet again. Going to go ahead and fast and power bonk to obtain that extra bit of power. Quad X comes out from Lich. The black belt attacks 13 hits for 1,087. That's going to get rid of Lich 2 as well. So Mageius and DemonRHK both enter the fire floor. They're pretty much neck and neck right now. Right on each other's heels.
The big difference being that DemonRHK has some slightly better levels, I believe.
DemonRHK being close to level 42 on both the red mage and the black belt.
I think perhaps Mageius made a mistake early by leaving those thieves alive as long as he did. They didn't get as much experience piled onto his red mage and black belt as he probably would have liked.
Now that's a possibility. But DemonRHK also had the luck of getting a double Warmech as Mageius pulls carry, and DemonRHK right behind at pulling carry. Defense sword coming out onto the black belt. Black shirt coming out from the thief. But carry goes down to a punch from DemonRHK's black belt. Demon is in the lead right now.
This is a carry made of tissue paper, and Mageius is just respecting her far too much.
Demon did get 20 hits over 2,000 damage, and that was 16 hits for, I believe, 1,500 from Mageius as well. They're both on the water floor. Demon going to be the first one to pull Kraken 2, moving the red mage up to the front. Trying to decide what the best play is going to be right now. Feels comfortable with the party order being what it is. Going to go ahead and defense up. 6 hits for 518, leaving that red mage at 3 HP. That is close. Brat coming out from the red mage and a punch. The punch, 17 hits for 1655, but Kraken 2 is still standing. Brat comes out ineffective. The black belt punches again, 18 hits for 2,238 is what takes down Kraken 2.
Not to put a damper on your celebrations there, but Dingwu does mention in chat that right after this broadcast, we will have another race pretty much immediately. I don't think we're going to have time for interviews for this time, because we're already drifting pretty well into their time slot. That being said, immediately after our racers are done beating the tar out of Chaos, please do stick around to on the same channel. We will be having that race.
All right, DemonRHK on Tiamat 2's floor, ready to take on Tiamat 2, healing up, getting everything prepared. Mageius, not too terribly far behind. DemonRHK pulls Tiamat 2, going to go ahead and fast up that black belt yet again. Black belt's going to swing, 10 hits for 573. Tiamat, slightly evasive, pretty heavy on the absorb as well. But 9 hits, 665 is not going to get the job done. 3 hits for 3 from the red mage. And then a miss. 4 hits for 239 coming from Tiamat 2. 7 hits, 261. This is height right now. 40 HP left on that black belt, but 10 hits for 1,303 is going to take down Tia 2. That's going to put level 42 onto that black belt and put DemonRHK in the perfect position going into Chaos. A bit of a bad right now, and that's a wipe for Mageius on Kraken 2.
Where could Mageius possibly be going at this point?
I imagine figuring out where to gain some extra EXP, but no, he's going back in. But DemonRHK gets a legendary Iron Golem. All right, DemonRHK has entered the lair of the legend itself, Chaos. Taking a look at health, taking a look at equipment. Gonna go ahead and heal up using 3 of the 7 remaining heal potions left, and switches party order and looks at Chaos and goes, Chaos, I challenge you to a fight to the death, starting off with fasting that black belt as well as throwing the defense sword upon him.
And getting his red mage punched for over 200 damage. There's Crack, too. Yikes.
Crack coming out, not doing anything. Nuke comes out, 296 damage. Another defense stack coming out, giving another ruse stack. Power Bonk coming out, giving more accuracy and more attack power. 2 hits for 61 damage coming out from the red mage. And the black belt is ready to punch. 7 hits for 1550 is gonna do it. DemonRHK advances to 2 and 3, and unfortunately, Mageius will be 1 and 4.
DemonRHK has finished Chaos with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 8 minutes, and 8 seconds. GG to DemonRHK.
All right. So with that, we do have our winner. And don't think... No, we actually do have a short amount of time for an interview if Demon wants to come in. All right. Mageius is going to go ahead and finish this out, so definitely good on him for doing that. We are joined by our victor, DemonRHK. GG's, dude. So Mageius has returned to Melmond, checking out spells, seeing what he can do right now.
I think Demon might be having some microphone troubles right now.
I am inclined to agree with that. You should be back in any moment now to get things fixed up. And we do have that other race ready to go. So here in just a moment, you will have the next race up, which is Alisong versus Black Knight. So definitely stick around for that. Stay tuned. It's going to be a really good race.
Yes, indeed. And that being said, make sure to give our runners a follow. Everybody behind the scenes. Thank everybody there. And thanks for Randomania for letting us broadcast on this channel, yeah?
Absolutely. And thank you all in chat for sticking around and watching this.